Hello. So, this is another video, hopefully short. Well, no, actually, it's going to be about 30 minutes too, but you can speed through whatever you don't feel up to watching. Um, just thought I would do a quick note on my handy dandy bone stimulator. So, as many of you guys know, I'm recovering and doing hydrophysical therapy of my own making. And I'm using QuickTime and Apple products and all kinds of fun stuff to um, capture a little bit of this so people can know what's out there, what they can do, what they can't do. I have an ankle fracture, a very suspicious one, which is a whole nother story. But anyway, I am using the CMF Wave Bone Stimulator, C no OL 1000. It is this really bizarre cube, right? Nope. Oh, right there. um, and you put it on 30 minutes a day, and um, it uses, well, I could go into the science a little bit better than I am, but I'm going to wing it. So it goes using EMPs, it calls certain proteins, um, using those proteins to bring calcium to the bone to stimulate growth. Because the bone did not break into the blood zone, the body never called for help, and so it never properly um, got what it needed. So essentially, this cube looks like a little Borg cube. You'll see it. It's like a ball and chain. Oh my gosh! All you guys who have ever worried about balls and chains, psst, nothing. Nothing compared to this. This is a ball and chain. You can't go anywhere. Well, okay, you can, but you wouldn't want anybody to see you in it. But it's a huge blessing. I'm 9 months in. This makes it 10 months in, actually, because I've had the stimulator for a while, and they estimate anywhere from 4 to 9 more months before it's done and healed. Um, it's interesting. I'm freaking crazy young, but I've had all kinds of ageism and um, fears of disability and just really strange treatment from some people, um, even people that would be dateable. So it's been a very strange experience. I am just me, and I'm a very sweet, nice person. Um, yeah, so this is literally going to be me walking around the pool for my 30 minutes and showing you sort of what it is, what to do. I definitely recommend if you're having difficulties in any of your body parts that are a limb, that you try something like this. They're not cheap. They're it was a lot of effort and a huge team effort to make this happen. We still managed to get the insurance to pick up, and but I've fallen off disability and on disability, and it's been interesting. You know, people were like, "Oh, you can work." It's like, no, I have limited range, limited this, limited that, and certainly nothing to the scope I was doing. So, yeah, the things necessary. Can I go out on a date? Yeah, that sort of like surprised me. Um, Again, we have very interesting belief systems on what people can and can't do. what's considered disabled, what's not considered disabled. Um, if a bone's broken, it's broken. If it's fractured, it's fractured. Two different things. If it's fractured, can I walk? Yeah, I can walk. I can lift weights, but you brace yourself to lift the weight. So it swells up. Can I do yoga? Yeah, but you brace yourself to do yoga. I could probably do mountain pose on one foot really, really, really well. On the other one, not so. So it's interesting. But anyway, let's get around to it. Comes with this really really nice little cube. Has a nice strap. They give you a letter in case you have to go on an airplane and travel, because it is an EMP of sorts. And it has this very cool hip pocket kind of thing. It tells you how many days you've done it. It tells you how many minutes you're scheduled for. They keep track of it all. You're required to go to the doctor's office with it so they can see and make sure you're actually on it, doing it. If you miss a day, it keeps count. There's no way to cheat, and you wouldn't want to, but they made it idiot proof. I have missed a few days because I go out. I try to get as much done as possible, and make the day worth my time. And sometimes when I get home, it's 11:30 or 12:30 in the morning, and I miss my time period. They said there wouldn't be any side effects, but when I do it, I get a lot of pain in my tendon area, fair amount of swelling. I feel like somebody kicked me right there for several hours. So I'm not going to say there's no side effects. I don't understand why there's side effects. I know the tendons are just a completely different thing from the fracture, but they've affected my ability to heal and the circulation through the foot like crazy. So without further ado, let's get it started because we don't want this longer than it needs to be. So it will start and it'll tell you how many days, and then I'll start the time period, and you got 29 minutes and 56 seconds. And as you can see, when it's done, it'll actually give a cute, adorable little smiley face. You did it. And I'm gonna try and angle it so you can see me walking around the pool with this crazy thing on. Again, all you guys that worry about balls and chains, what a bunch of whiny babies. This is a ball and chain. But even so, they did a great job. It's heavy. I have a metal desk with an area to put my feet on, and I usually sit there at the desk and read a book. And write a letter, work on the computer, do something, watch a video. In this case, I brought the biography of James T. Kirk. And I saw this a little bit ago, I think about 6 months ago, so it's still in hardback. And it's really well done. So I will probably pick this up and read it, but I also might shake Doobie and try to have a little fun with it. Doobie Doobie! But yeah, I am, for all who have seen my video, I'm an Air Force brat, offspring, whatever you want to call us. We're a little different. We're military-minded individuals, but more tribal than anything. We've led a gypsy life. I've moved, I've moved 59 times, and I'm only 50, so a lot. But I feel pretty good because my siblings moved about 45 times before they were 20. So I had it easy. I live in the Silicon Valley. The machine is working right now, and you cannot hear the thing. It is silent and effective. And I love the company that made this product. I'm so happy to know something like this is out there. If you've broken an arm, if you've broken an elbow, if you've any limb on your body, you can pretty much use this. My sister had a bone stimulator in her neck back area, and it was the stick-on nightmarish kind of thing. Both of them apparently are about the same price, but I would say mine is a lot easier to deal with, a lot less painful. It causes pain, but it's not supposed to cause pain. So I think the tendon issue is just in a ball by a park by itself. I don't know, ballpark, whatever the colloquialism is. I have these really cool trees behind me, trying to get the screen and my body to do what it's supposed to do, two things. But hopefully that's a little fun for you. So I live in this weird part of the valley that looks like Italy, and I keep expecting to see sunflowers everywhere, but they're not there. So I definitely live in America, which I love. Trying to think. Yes, I'm a Trekkie. It's our 50th anniversary, and it will be my 50th birthday with them. I plan on having major fun at the convention. So if you see me in a cosplay character, please come and play with me. I'll probably be a trill, which means two people in one body. So have fun with that. It should be a blast. Still working on my weapons and my character storyline. It's been fun learning more about cosplay. I also am starting a cosplay for Amazons from Khalifa, which is all based on a wonderful book in the Spanish archives, a real book about the Amazons in California that live and die by the wishes of the Queen Khalifa. So, and it'll be a wonderful cosplay charity that hopefully when we have all the characters down and our costumes designed, and we'll be able to get into some hospitals and do some good. Lift some spirits, and something I've wanted to do for a long time. As with most of my life, having an idea is never the problem. Getting the idea to be accepted by others and get them to come along and join has been a little bit difficult, but it's been good experience, and did my very first cosplay as Wonder Woman, and who's an Amazon, and had a lot of fun with that. And I look forward to doing a lot more. The charity, definitely look forward to seeing us as a group at Waz's Comic Con in 2017. We will be there. We'll have some dances once I get my foot down. We'll have some sword fighting, some weapon work, and hopefully people will get a big kick out of it and consider joining us. I'd love to see it spread. And yeah, let's see me walking around with a big cube. We've got 23 more minutes. I'm going to try to see what's available in the screen. Yeah, it doesn't look like it can come around on this side, but you will see me around in my cube. So again, in. The box is very nice, self-contained, easy to get on and off an airplane. Has batteries up the wazoo. They give you everything you could possibly need for this equipment. Like I said, even a letter for the TSA as you bring it on and off the airplane. So I'll need my glasses. Let's see if I can show you what it looks like. Ta-da! Is that shiny? So hard to see. Yes. Here we go. It is the cube. Do my Vanna White. Ta-da! So it has a nice cushion in the back, a lovely cushion in the front. It all holds on to you very well. Great design if you have a big leg, if it's in your thigh zone. These straps right here will clip around and hold it tight right against you. It's very sturdy and has all kinds of adjustments in the back and the front. And I don't normally walk around with it, so it's going to be interesting. But I thought we'd try it and see where it goes. Voila! Life in the Greater Bay Area. And let's see. Yeah, you can see. All right, so let's do the test run. Doobie, walk with me, dude. Hacky sack. Choo. Not really, but we can try. Okay. So, you watching me walk around and all that good stuff for 30 minutes probably is not going to be the best hoot in the world for you. So, and we got 19 more minutes. I love my little counter. And now Doobie wants to go play. Look at this little tiny beagle. I was sitting there calling him. He would not come. He is on beagle time, not human time. So anyway, this wonderful biography on James T. Kirk, of course, is based on a character, Gene Roddenberry, created way back. He probably made this character in the early 60s. And it wasn't made until 1966, my year, the best year. The Fire Horse. Let's see if I can get glasses out of that. Oh, the Fire Horse year, which was a great catastrophe around the planet because it was a year the abortion laws were instituted in many places. So many of my fire horses were pretty much killed. But that's another topic. but it's something that would be um, something that Gene would have covered if he had thought about it quite the way. He was really good at taking social issues and putting them into the future in ways that we could talk about it without being all in your face and emotional. So that's mainly why I picked up this biography on a fake character. The character was well developed. Um, the stories, while fake, uh, they touched millions and millions of people all over the planet. I have friends in China that are Star Trek Trekkies. China. Um, and yeah, there's so much love for this particular series. And of course, I have siblings that just are like, Star Wars. Or they're like, you guys are all nuts. Just, stop. One of my sisters, she is a real hoot. She's just like, I own a gun. You guys pick away. She's like, you're all nuts. I don't care. Star Trek, Star Wars, it's not real, people. We love her dearly. She is a sibling. But what a hoot. Anyway, so one of the cool things about this book are the pictures. Of course, it's a printed book, so they had to bind them a little differently. Nothing that you or I would ever see in an ebook or an iBook, which is something I do with my Fifth Dimensional Element or Fifth Dimensional Publishing Company. They have these great pictures, which sounds like a plan, but it's not mixed in with the story, so then you have to thumb around and try to figure out what the picture is going to as far as the story goes. Any books and iBooks, you just put it in the right location. People can access whatever database you need them to access. But this is a great picture of Captain Kirk as a cadet. I wonder what Bill Shatner thinks of us every time we develop something. He's like, where did they get that picture? They stole it from my yearbook in yeah, what, he was probably about 16 or 18, so probably his junior or senior year. Gorgeous green eyes. They did a really nice job. They have, of course, his colony ID for Taurus 4, which was in one of the Shakespearean storylines that Gene was nice enough to throw at for us thespians. They have some great artwork with him and other captains, a diploma. Oh, the places we go. Wonderful picture with him and Spock and Janice Rand Yeoman. And probably the very first time we see a female in a military series, when you think about it. Gomer Pyle. There were tons of series, black and whites, colors, that people were doing, but they really didn't have women. I mean, if anything, Star Trek broke the mold by making a place for women in the universe, and not dumb, stupid ones, but really smart, beautiful, brainy, just pure equals. I remember the first time I saw Lieutenant Uhura um, whip out her soldering tool and just work on a circuit board, and I went, yes! My goodness. In the military, women have been there since World War II. It's taken the civilian population this crazy century to get their head out of their patootie and just, accept us. But I think he actually had a lot to do with it. So it's great to see. She didn't have much of a role. Um, yeah, but she had a role. And even Michelle Nichols had some issues with her role, but she stuck with it, and we're all profoundly grateful she's Definitely a grandmother to us all. Thank you so much. And then the lovely Joan Collins. Everybody loves this woman. They should have brought her back so many times. They probably could have saved the series that they had brought her back. Um, it was a time machine. It wasn't like they couldn't have gone back and just stole her and brought her forward. She was definitely a character before her own time. And yeah, it was a lovely scene. She was commented many times as having a blast with it, fan mail. Back in the day when there used to be fan mail. Wow, whatever happened? Game of Thrones, they miss a lot by not having fan mail. There used to be a book produced every 2 years that listed fan mail websites and fan mail physical mail sites. So people could be in touch. And it's great that we use Facebook and Twitter and all these other social medias, but you can't do real items. Um, and Star Trek people got a lot of real items, treasures and trinkets and photos of them at conventions and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's nice. This is a picture of him with his mother. This is, of course, a scene from one of the movies, um, and it's great, great. Hollywood is famous for having this fear of people getting old, but Star Trek just made it normal. They just made it life, and I think that's also part of why we all enjoy it so much. Here's a great one of Spock and Kirk doing three-dimensional chess, which used to be taught at a quantum cafe here in San Jose, but apparently it doesn't exist anymore. I often think I probably would have played chess in 3D and 5D. Um, 2D just bores me to tears. I know Sir Richard Branson just loves real chess and has chessboards all over his Necker Island, but don't get your knickers in a twist, baby. But I find it boring. Woo. I need the third dimension. I need some depth. And when you add in the fifth dimension, you add in time and the past and the future. So that's the kind of game that I would enjoy. We're down to 10 minutes. Woo! Again, my little hip guy is telling me how long I have. Hopefully, you're having a little fun beyond that. I thought there were two spots for pictures. Nope, that was it. Darn. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh, and of course, my baby, the Enterprise. It's interesting how we all interact with our forms of entertainment. My brother and his son have this wonderful Star Wars game they play with lightsabers from Costco that bzz and light up. They go to the dog parks with their dog and they play games in the dark. And they have all these um, targets on their body, and when they break through the other person's defenses and hit a target, that person has to either fall down giggling or run screaming in circles or put their head on their lightsaber and run around. But, we all engage with their entertainment in such different ways, but it's really cool. And my nephew Lucas has like every Star Wars Lego out there and a cool hat that he wears, like a stormtrooper gear. It has all the characters making vocalizations and stuff while he's playing with other people. I had the phaser, I had the tricorder, and of course, I was, because I'm adopted into the Lakota tribe, not anything official, not written down anywhere, but I was adopted in. I was given a special dress by the tribe as part of um, the, the welcoming ceremony, which was beautiful. And I remember great detail to this day. But most of my time after I left the tribe in Florida during the following summer was this bizarre Cowboys and Indians game where I ran around with a phaser and a tricorder and my Indian dress, shooting people and hiding behind trees in the jungle, while they debated whether or not my phaser was equal to their gunshots because, of course, I was doing doo doo doo, making the sounds, and they were like banging, clicking with the little caps on their gun. So it was a hoot. And I think my mom at some point took my costume and said, let's get you a Star Trek uniform, because it got a little stinky, but I love that dress. It's definitely my heart. Um, and I thought it went perfectly with my phaser and my tricorder. Miramate! But so I've probably been doing cosplayer as long as I've been alive. One of the fun. Back to like the picture here. I don't know if you can actually see it, but we all interact with our entertainment differently. So this is a picture of the Enterprise herself. And as much as I love all the stuff and the conventions and everything, I can tell you with beyond a shadow of a doubt that the only time I ever cried with pure joy over anything Trekkie was last year, strangely. Don't tell anybody. But at that point, I held in my hand schematics of the Enterprise. And as a civil engineer, but only a freshman, I can tell you that I understood what I was looking at, and that inner joy, it was like touching her from the inside out. Like touching a dream. It was just really cool, So you see pictures, the 50th anniversary vault, which is on Facebook, shows us pictures from the past. They're doing 396 days, showing every treasure ever given to them, any photo, every letter, anything that we've never seen before. Roddenberry's family has been gracious enough to show us during this time. And it's been neat to see people that actually made the entire Enterprise. Oh my God, that must have been crazy. I know Vic Mignogna from Star Trek Continues has a picture of the Enterprise that he made. It's just gorgeous. And it's sort of silly to be so attached, but it's so much fun, people. Whatever you like, Twilight, Narnia, Harry Potter, there's nothing wrong with it. Just have fun with it. Definitely keep a firm grip on reality, but reality sucks sometimes. You wake up and you look at what's going on in the world and you're just like, who the freak runs down people with a truck? Are you? That's not even that's not even terrorism. That's like stupidity. It's horrible, horrible stupidity. We are an amazing species and we have so much to offer the world, and people are just running around being stupid. It's weird. At that point, I'd rather be a hairdresser in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But anyway, so have some fun. We are down to 3 minutes, 22 seconds. Sorry, that's a different series. But Frank Sinatra, of course, another favorite. I'm glad there are still tangible books. I make electronic books. If you're ever interested in having an electronic book made for you, feel free to pop over to the Fifth Dimensional Publishing House at Weebly. We build the books. You write them, we build them, but they never go out of print. Yay! And it's actually something Gene Roddenberry talked about in one of his episodes where Kirk has to stand trial, and he ends up with a lawyer that has like walls and walls of books. So, yeah, Gene just touched on a lot of different topics. No matter how old or young you are, I definitely recommend the original series as well as Star Trek Continues, which is a continuation of that series. There was a wonderful episode with Apollo the God, with William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, the original, Kirk and Spock. And then Star Trek Continues is a fan base group that brought back the actual character, the actual actor, and played the character with his wife in the sequel to that story. So you get to see Apollo the god from our ancient mythology evolve into a better being and do some lovely scenes with his wife and other people on the crew. Um, and he was just like, I can't believe I'm doing this, but it was one of his favorite experiences ever. In his real world, it maybe took 3 days of his life, but it was a well-loved character, and he was glad to see that he actually affected people, made them think about their mythologies and their concept of God, and I'm deeply religious, so I look at some of the sci-fi stuff and go, oh, yeah, I could see that. It's different than the way I think, but wow, that is worth thinking about. That is worth considering. Because we're not just going from A to B. Life is not about fractured ankles and pools and selling real estate or sitting in traffic for 2 hours. Life, that's not life. Real people pay attention to their inner thoughts, their inner effect on the world, their the world affecting them. I know I goof around a lot, but I'm just like anybody else. I can get deeply emotional. Oh, do we have a smiley face? We have a smiley face. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, and it's gone. Very quick. So that is the tools. Let me show you how I take it off. It is attached, so don't go swinging that thing around. So it's hard to show you that little maneuver, but it just wraps around and there's Velcro. Holds it into place, and your foot comes out. It looks basically the same. If you need to adjust it, there is an adjustment here. Because you want the tool over the injury. You want that injury right in between. So wherever it needs to be, maybe your thigh is much bigger than this. So if you need it, if you need this section to hold your leg in a different spot, but you still get the injury in this zone here, well then do that, because that's the point. But yes, if you didn't know, Luke, I am the Borg Queen. No, I'm 7 and 9. I just dyed my hair, sorry. But anyway, so yeah, back to real life. Part of what I talk about in these videos is keeping your spirits up. And when we cover those moral topics, or think about religion or not, I admire atheists tremendously, which is really funny. But atheists in America, if you didn't know, they get together every year and they have really strong conversations about responsibility. They see religion as a way of um, giving God responsibility for stuff we're doing. When they feel we need to accept more responsibility, you just look at that and you go, wow, what species on this planet at this moment is thinking that way? That's amazing. Power to them. I expect to see great things in my lifetime from the atheists. Maybe new ways of being responsible and taking ownership. I whine a lot. I do. Um, I think it comes from being the baby in the family. Um, I'm sure Dwayne The Rock Johnson, if he was right here, would probably sit and go, get your candy ass in gear, girl. No, actually, he would say something probably much cooler than that. But, you know, just because I whine doesn't mean I'm not being responsible. Means I'm letting it out. I definitely am a firm believer that toxicity comes from holding crap in. So it's better to let out um, safely for other people. Cosplay is one of those. Entertainment's another one. You know, if you're having a problem and you can't cry about it, that's really awful. It affects so much you can't even begin to imagine. So going to a movie and watching a tearjerker just to let the toxicity and the tears out, that's actually healthy. You know, they talk about breaking the pencil. Well, break the damn pencil. Go buy yourself several boxes and break them all, baby. Just get it done. Um, let's see, other things to talk about. Wrap it up. If you haven't found it yet, there is the rock clock. A lot of people have done um, YouTube videos on it, so I won't bore you. But it is a great way of setting goals and an alarm clock and getting up early. Um, yeah, get stuff done. Um, that's a good one. Another great tool for getting stuff done is Gantt Teams, Gantt charts. You can assign dollar amounts, you can assign a budget, you can assign stuff to other people. You can have Gantt charts that run 10 years and get your life going. Can't think of too many other things to say other than back to what I was talking about, which is um, keeping your spirits high. Play with stuff the best you can. Pick up clay modeling. I don't know, paper mache, pin interest stuff. Um, do not sit there and wallow. Wine, yes, wine. Wine and dine with your cheese and your crying, but stay positive. Um, Pick up a comedy class. Watch YouTube videos. Um, Talk to that one person in your family that you can always talk to. Throw mud at the one you can't. uh, yeah, just stay positive. It's so important for your health. Uh, Stop saying many blessings, beloveds. If you need me, you want to leave a message for me, feel free. Yeah, supposedly messages are good on YouTube channels. Interaction is great. Go for it. I know I leave mine on the rock stuff. He's doing wrestling promos, which I remember from my childhood, so it's sort of fun seeing those again. Um, Definitely recommend that. Kevin Hart stuff. He does motivational Mondays on Facebook. Candid camera. Anything else you can think of? Have fun. Be good. Be loved. Many blessings. Romulans will the world. Ah, Suicide Squad. Go see it.